The interesting thing about this deal is that there is very little substance in it. It refers back to a ceasefire deal that was struck in September last year. And that's kind of going to be the crux of the problem. Let's have a look at where the front lines were back then. This is Donetsk. This is the main city in the east of the country. If we look in, which has been the centre of a lot of the fighting, but this is the currently held rebel territory, this big area of yellow. Now, in the next few days, my bet is that the issue is really going to hang around the town of Debaltseve, which is the centre, really, of the coal shipment business into the rest of Ukraine. It fuels not only the energy needs of a lot of Ukraine, but also its very big steel industry. It's a strangle point economically. It's currently surrounded by the rebels. Putin says the government have to down their weapons. The government is saying no surrender. That will be, if the ceasefire breaks down, in all probability, where it will break down. But if we look a bit closer at what the deal was back in September last year, this white line was the front line back then. So you can see how the Russian-backed rebels have actually expanded their territory. And over the next few days, there's going to be a debate about how far each side withdraws either side of those lines, to what positions do particularly the heavy weapons go. Now, the problem is, of course, that the Russians are still denying that they've got any troops in there, let alone any heavy weapons. So if they do withdraw their heavy weapons, will they come back into Mother Russia itself or not? And that is really going to be an issue that really exercises people, because at the end of the day, that is the big fear, that a year ago the Russians seized Crimea and permanently, under their laws, annexed it illegally under international law. Will this deal just freeze the front lines there and mean that this very important industrial heartland of Ukraine remain really effectively under Russian control?